Welcome to Matt's Custom Cars. Today I'll be removing this gearbox as it doesn't want to take a reverse gear. It's a turbo 350, basically a normal unit for Chevy. Just some of the powerful cars had other gearboxes, but mostly around here turbo 350 was mostly the option. A little bit of American muscle found here in South Africa.
Okay, well, first things first, let's disconnect the battery. Okay. After disconnecting the battery, I like to disconnect the top bolts before trying to attempt to go underneath to remove the gearbox. Top bolts of the bell housing, for in case you drop this down and you can't get in there, as I've dealt with a lot of conversions and a lot of tricky things. Hi. Gonna tell me that bolt there wasn't even tightened. Wow. Yep, wasn't even tightened properly. Okay, let me just put on a bucket. This side also, top bolt. There ain't no top bolt here. Okay, right. Then I like to remove the distributor cap, as it can press against the firewall and also get damaged. Before I do that, just get this air cleaner out of the way. It's not gonna be that easy with it in a way. And the kick down has to also be disabled or taken out, but we'll get to that just now. Man, oh man, I wonder if number one on the Chevy is even number one. As I can see, it's a small journal, 327 with 350 cylinder heads. There we go, just like that, just to make sure it doesn't touch. Now let's go do the rest. Now that I've removed the top bolts, the two, and the distributor cap, I can start going underneath and going to the oil pan of the trans to start draining the fluid. As it's a turbo 350, by now you all know, if it's not an aftermarket pan, we're going to be loosening the pan and dropping fluid into a bucket. Hold on to your hats for that. Let's see about dropping the oil from this gearbox's pan. Well, I've got so many questions being underneath this little truck. Look, who's your designer? We loose the bolts. Like you know, it's a turbo 350. Most of the car guys out there that do know, these things don't have a drain plug. Let's see how the penny drops. Hopefully the oil can start coming out slowly, because that's what we want. Man, that's gonna take a while. But I'd rather have it going slowly like this than having it all on the floor. It's like watching paint dry. There we go. Just this one corner so it can start dropping inside my bin. Like I stated, I don't want all this oil on my floor. I still need to work here. Man, look at how the span is actually bent before I even got to it. Okay, next step. Let's loosen torque converter bolts. And then we'll loosen the oil cooler pipes, kick down cable, prop shaft, cross member before we start dropping this gearbox. Oh yeah, and the bell housing bolts, which I think there's only 2 that I saw, because yeah, if not, why not? Let's not talk about that. Torque converter bolts, there should be 3. Sometimes there's 4 depending on the application. If it's a race torque converter or torque converter or smaller one, that's been deliberately made smaller and extra bolts for racing purposes. Good indication to see if all the bolts are out. Makes a space and I can turn the torque converter. Okay, let's move to the prop shaft. Here we are by the differential at the prop shaft. Should be a straightforward type deal. There we go. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Man, this differential is huge they got in this van. Seems like a Chevy Camino differential. Big 12-volt rear end. Massive. Just look at the size of that differential, even where it's catching on top. Huge, huge, huge. That's a no-no. This prop shaft ain't right. There's no C-clip in here. And it's bashed. Wow, the things I notice. When working on other customers' vehicles. Well, that has to be fixed. Can't have it spitting out universals next to the road, can we? You can see actually the groove inside there. Not even a press fit unit. Okay, now that we've got the bolts out, the prop shaft should just slide out. That's it. Now we can go to the other connections in front, like this kick down cable, the oil cooler pipes, and the last bolts and the cross member bolt on the gearbox, and drop it down. Then I'll show you the damage to the casing. Now that we disconnected the oil cooler lines. Look at that balancing. Man, that balancing is toast. Okay, so the oil cooler line is disconnected. Now it's to loosen the 2 bolts holding the bell housing, because the rest can't hold when it's broken like that. And a cross member, and then I can maybe drop out this bad boy. Alright, now we got our jack for support underneath this gearbox, so we can loosen the bolts on the bell housing, cross member, and pull it out. Bear with me. Now that we've dropped the gearbox down, just to lift up the vehicle high enough and pull her out with all her damage, and see how we can go about rebuilding her. Oh, now that we've got it out, we can move on to the next steps. Now I must wait for the customer. Catch us again. Thank you very much.